Oh, just looking for whether or not there's any other mods that I want to have. Farm bakery sounds like a fun one. Oh, I want to turn off farm mill. I mean, I don't really need a whole lot else right now, I don't think. If there's something I need, I think I'll just go ahead and um, grab it. Oh, yeah, I think I've got pretty much everything I need. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. What can I do for you? Oh, you're looking for the cat? She's my guard cat. What's that, son?
Are you making a video or something?
I'm doing a live stream. Hopefully, I get some people in here.
Is there anybody involved?
Not yet.
Was there?
No.
Was there yesterday?
Yeah,
On my
I haven't been getting lots of views, only like 20 to 30 per stream, but you know what? I'm having fun. Okay, it is October. It's 8:30 in the morning. Let's figure out what we're gonna do today. I think today we're gonna do a little bit more grass cutting. I do want to get a long-term grass field in place. I feel like today is a good day to do that.
you should probably wait till like after 5 to make a live stream.
Um,
People are working on 9 to 5.
yeah, people do work 9 to 5. Some people work nights and some people work afternoons there, son. Okay, how long of one?
It's my lunch break, so
Series set timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes starting now.
Wife's taking a nap on her lunch. I'm thinking I'm just gonna make a grass field up in here. And I have the real mower mod turned on, so that's gonna get rid of a lot of this excess uh, foliage. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I'm really just generally speaking, talking to myself, but sometimes you're the best audience you can hope for. All right, let's see. How far do I own on this side of the tree? Like I said, I'm just making a dedicated grass field because why not? It's always good to make sure you've got yourself, you know, everything you need. I am hopeful. Get this in place. It's not going to be big, you guys. It's not going to be a big uh, grass field. I mean, I'd like to say it will be, but just trying to figure out where my cutoff point is. Looks like I'm right on the line. All right, we're going to swing around. And I'm going to keep pushing up this side here just to kind of get a little bit closer. I want to get some of this foliage out of here. Get rid of some of this extra shrubbery. I'm not saying that I'm going to move the field edge that far up because I do like to leave space to operate, but all right, where do I got to go to? Getting near the end. Looks like right about there. And I'll probably wind up bringing my yard out further, a little bit further, I guess. Yeah, I think so. I think this would be kind of a good sort of borderland area for it. Sorry, guys, I have to have some coffee. I know it looks like I'm looking away from you. I have my dual monitor set up kind of off to the side, and what I should do is swap the laptop and uh, monitor because the monitor's 27 inches versus the laptop, which is only like uh, 13.6 or something like that. So huge difference in the screen display. And I'd much rather, you know, I'd much rather do this on the larger screen. And I'm finding that I have to turn my neck. I don't really love doing that. I know it sounds silly, but I'd rather actually be looking up at you guys. It's eye contact. I get to stare into your soul, and it's like I then own your allegiance to my channel. My kid really wants me to do Roblox videos, I'm not really sure I want to. Because he wants me to do them with him. And while I enjoy spending time with them, I do not like Roblox. I've tried, I've tried, and I've tried again, again. I just can't get down with it. I mean, I guess I can see this screen all right. So yeah, having a dedicated grass field is always good early on, in my opinion. Um, if for no other reason than, to earn a little extra cash every 3 months. Uh, that way, you have a payday coming. Everybody needs to know that they have a payday coming. Yeah, we've got, I mean, it's not going to be a teeny tiny field, but I just don't think it's going to be huge moneymaker. But I want to be more of a farm than, having adequate livestock and things like that. I would much rather do. Um, I will do some grass. Hmm. I'm sorry, not grass, hay. I will make some hay if for no other reason than to, you know, have some have something that I keep for livestock. And I believe the feed rate of hay is less than that of grass, so um, 'cause it's higher quality. I'm not 100% sure on that, you guys, so by all means, correct me. I know by no way, shape, or form am I an expert. Really just trying to get comfortable doing live streams, talking to a camera, um, even if I'm not uh, having people, you know, talk back. It is good to, interact. Like I said in earlier when I'm not doing this to, make any sort of income off of YouTube. If it by chance happens and I manage to climb to 1,000 subscribers and uh, videos start taking off, yeah, that's cool, you know. But I'm not gonna worry about it if it doesn't happen. That's when I think people get too wrapped up into it's like, oh, it's got to be for, for monetary purposes. And games start losing a lot of their appeal and their fun when um, you're sitting there playing a game that's no longer fun. It becomes a job. And I don't want this to become like that. So a couple of things about me. I got four boys. You will not see them on camera. Uh, I mean, the oldest of which he is 16, so he's kind of that point where if he wanted to do videos and be uh, on YouTube, he's old enough and he could do it. But my other kids, they're not. So um, it's not that. Well, no, I don't know what people's intentions are, so I choose to not have them on video. Like I said, once they're old enough to make an informed decision, that's up to them. I'm also not going to exploit my kids for uh, financial gain. That's not, I know that there's a lot of channels out there that, they're a full family channel and that's their their thing and that's how they make, their income and support their lifestyle. And my kids aren't for sale. I know there's going to be somebody out there that wants to say, I bet I can give you an offer that makes them, makes you change your mind. No, no, we really value our kids' privacy. Money's not everything. They print more money every day. So, we're not really gonna worry about something like that. I might as well clear this out. Hmm, if I'm gonna clean it out so that I can do some stuff and extend my yard, I might as well get paid for the grass. And I know I just said money's not everything. This isn't real money. This is game finances. One of the things I'm going to want to upgrade to, I can tell, is a better mowing setup because I have a hard time controlling this thing. I went with it because it's got a good working width, but in all honesty, it's difficult. And that's putting it nicely. I thought I had purchased a small baler. Did I not? And if I didn't, not the end of the world. I'd rather Ted and rake anyways. Ooh, ducks are flying back. Must be spring. Where are my people at? Come on, YouTube, do your thing. Push this out. Right. That'll probably be good enough. Ugh, there we go. Let's see, I need to drop this here. I am making sure that my wife, uh, she's not feeling the greatest, but she's still working. So um, I have to, at some point here, go and make sure she wakes up from her lunch nap. Let's see what we can find for a nice header. It's not going to cost a fortune. I don't need a big honking titer. I like this one because it windrows. But I'm not going to do a ton of hay work. Let's just go ahead and buy this one. And I want to make sure I get enough money set up to um, purchase my harvester for spring planting. I'm sorry, summer harvest. If we look at what we can plant yet, I think um, field grass, green rye. That's if I want to. Yeah. So looking at my options here, I can do rye still this month. I can plant spinach this month, triticale, which I'm gonna check prices and see. I might try all of it. Might try a couple fields of the various rye. This is a narrow, super narrow entrance. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, maybe I make this into my critical field. That way, I'm not risking. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do. I might make this in triticale. I'm going to I'm going to TED it. I'm going to see how many bales it produces. Hoping for a good amount. I won't need a ton because I don't have any livestock yet. And I don't envision getting any until after I have secured a harvester and header. So this is just to get some on hand. Definitely not worried at this point about having a huge stockpile of feed material for animals. There's no harm in getting like 5 to 10 bales ready. I think I'm going to put my grass field in between those two, and that will allow me to yeah. Yeah, that will allow me to uh, keep from driving over it. I know it shouldn't be a concern, but it always is because I'm not the best driver, as I have definitely displayed multiple times in this live stream. What'd you guys have for breakfast? I had a sausage patty and a couple of eggs. Fresh eggs from my backyard. No, they weren't robin's eggs. That's messed up. Can't believe you guys would even think of that. Blue Jays. No, I have 9 chickens. Um, 5 Plymouth, 1 Brahma, and 3 Long Island Reds. No one told me that Long Island Reds. Ooh, gotta go get the wife. Hi there. No one told me Long Island Reds are like little jerks. They are. Little monsters. They're mean. I only have 3 of them. All 3 of them have the same exact personality. I mean, maybe they know that I'm going in there to eat the babies, but I still feed them and take care of them. Why can't they be nice about that? I'm currently on my second cup of coffee and I feel nothing. These Kroger K cups are just lacking on the caffeine today. Gonna switch back over to Meyer. Meyer ones seem to have a better gut punch of caffeine. Where are you guys at? My son, he doesn't feel well today. He started track. I think he's just uh, suffering from unused muscles. And he's like, Dad, why are you live streaming now? Because I'm trying to get used to it, trying to get better at it. That's why. Well, let me see. Where can I place this? I don't know yet. I think worst case scenario, we place it under here. Look at that. No space unutilized. You got to make use of everything we got. There we go. Like a glove. What you guys got for movie recommendations? Anything good? Nothing involving water. I'll be up all night peeing. There. Hopefully. Hopefully. Why do I do that? I'm my worst own enemy sometimes. Um, there. Hey guys, don't be afraid to stop in and say hi. All right. This side's a little bit easier because I don't have to worry about property line. Don't worry though, I can still screw it up. Nothing's safe from me. Mm. Just need to color inside the lines. All right, look at that. We have run into yet another tree. Who would have thought that could happen? Surely not I. I know what you're thinking. Your name's not Shirley, but I don't know your name. So to me, you're Shirley. Can you see my OCD getting in the way though? Had to get that little teeny tiny spot. I'll probably miss it with the baler. Mm. Sorry, guys. Hey, how's it going? It's going well this morning. Just trying to, just trying to straighten out this line. My OCD is taking over. There we go. I don't know. I don't know why I have to make that such an obstacle, but here I am making it an obstacle. Doing a little bit of hay work this morning. Gonna put in a triticale field because why not? I haven't done triticale before, I don't think. Knock this down into one big windrow. So how you doing this morning? You said yesterday you were like, "Oh, it's 10 o'clock. It's time for you to go. Time for bed." I was like, "Oh, 10 o'clock. We're not doing too bad." I forgot you're on probably Central Time. I'm on Eastern Time. I was like, ugh. It was after 11. Oh no, it's very peoply out there. Careful out in public. I took kids to school, made some breakfast, made the wife some breakfast, did some dishes, and I was like, you know what? Let's get on live and see how we do. The only way I'm going to get better and more comfortable is to keep doing it. I have to decide whether or not I want to do rye or I think there's another type of rye. Um, I don't know what vetch rye is, but I was thinking about doing some triticale. Oh, I could do spelt this month. Maybe I'll put in spelt. I've done rye in the past. It doesn't sell for much. Decided I wanted to do a little bit of hay and get some feed set. Um, I don't have to have feed anytime soon. Okay. So are the other cover crops or is that this um oh where is it? I know mustard is something that you can harvest. Green rye is silage. Flowering patch crop, is that a cover crop? And I know a patch crop mixture. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay, so if you want the grain, you got to go straight rye. I was assuming catch crops were cover crops. So I'll probably just go with Criticale and Spelt. I've done Spelt before. It's actually, I don't think it's terrible yield. What do you do with Spelt? Is that something you can feed to chickens? I know I have some time that uh, I don't have to plant spelt this month. If I want to harvest it in July, I do, but I don't need to. I think having stuff that I can harvest in August, spreading it out. See, I've never been much of a cover crop person. Fertilizer's always been my cover crop. Yeah, I didn't look and see when they were really. I've I've I had it on here this morning and I was like, oh, I should just load it in. And I didn't. Maybe I'll do that for like year two once had a year of all crops. So I don't think I have I think I purposely left. Yeah, I purposely left precision farming off because I wasn't sure I wanted to use it on this play. I'm getting a lot more hay than I anticipated out of this. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm saving it for, when I can get some animals. Have you ever taken um like a carport and a tarpaulin and made your own storage shed for bales? Been thinking about doing that, trying it at least. That one. I didn't reset my bale counter, so I have to manually count how many I've dropped. Looks like this is four. Yeah, five, six up there. Looks like I'll get about eight. Eight bales, that's not bad. So do you have to run precision farming with it? Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to look into that then. Oh, come on. 4%. Are you kidding? And I know I didn't miss any. Nice. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pick all those up. I'm curious, why is it that um, the marshmallows take longer to fermentate than or ferment, I guess is probably the proper word I should use. Why do the marshmallows take longer to ferment than the silage clamp? It's always bothered me. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, actually. All right, we're hung up on this. It's old man strength right there. Yeah, definitely. I know Burn Nugget has a challenge he was thinking about, um, kind of like a farm management challenge. He was telling me about it a little bit yesterday. So we're gonna see if we can't maybe develop that a little bit. Yeah, I was telling him I much prefer doing a multiplayer to just creating content. Um, I enjoy creating content. I don't enjoy editing and all that stuff. Not my personal favorite thing. And I'm really enjoying the creating or doing live streaming a lot right now. It's really it's out of my comfort zone. So really been enjoying that. There's no editing, so that's kind of why I like it. Yeah, I'm more concerned about like um when like my kids come up and start talking while I'm doing video uh because the older the oldest one I'm not so concerned about. It's the younger ones. I don't want them exposed, and even their voices. Um, I know it might sound overly protective, but um, it's just one of those things that I prefer not to have on there. Or they're fighting. That would be the other thing, is my kids are in the background fighting with each other. That's been known to happen. I mean, I have four boys, so at some point their personalities are going to clash. Oh yeah, I mean, there's times where I'm like, why did I do that? What, but I don't want to take that stuff out because that adds, I guess the human side of, everybody might make a mistake, and why would I want to remove mine? Yeah, I know that that was one of the I don't know if you've ever watched on on YouTube Outdoor Boys, but he actually at some point he decided he just had to turn comments completely off. It cost him a ton of money from engagement to do that, but I mean, it could have just been simplified by just not having your kids in the video. If I'm not interesting enough by myself, then I don't really want the views, is my personal take on it. I know that's probably going to cost me uh, subscribers and things like that, but I don't really, it doesn't matter. My kids, they just aren't for sale. I love, I love weirdly shaped fields. Like this is going to possibly be one of my favorites. I mean, it's not going to be big or anything like that, but just kind of working it in and around in between those trees, to me, it's just going to make, you know, add a realism of old school farming where, you put crops where they, exactly. You put crops where, you know, the path of least resistance, and that's how farming used to be. They didn't, I mean, yeah, there was some slash and burn of forestry, but for the most part, they looked for the path of least resistance. And if you spent an entire year clearing land, you weren't growing anything. I remember when my parents said, my dad kind of got out of the farming thing, and even the hobby farm aspect of it. And they finally decided to sell to another, uh, sell most of their property to a large uh, dairy farmer. And they purposely kept their wooded area because they knew if they got rid of that, that it would all it would all be torn out and turned into, you know, bigger fields. And they wanted a little bit, they wanted the tree break from having to hear the big machinery working in the fields and things like that. So they purposely kept the land that um, had all the trees, so they had a you know, I think it's about 9 acres of wooded area that gives them a break from their house to where the farm used to be. Luckily, they sold to good people. Um, it was family run. It wasn't a corporation. It was a family run, large family run dairy farm. Uh, but they did have uh, they did have that mentality. If they could get all the property involved in a farm, they were clearing everything they could out, piling the land, and all the trees would be gone. They would work the fields within a foot of the road. My parents didn't want that. You say you have to go out in public. That like going to Tractor Supply because I can handle that kind of public. Oh, yeah, I understand that. I told my kids they're having leftover skillet stuff tonight. We went to Costco, got a couple of rotisserie chickens. We cut all that up. That was left over. Add some potatoes, add some bacon, add some sour cream, sweet corn, and cheese. Throw it in the oven. So that area that I'm facing right now, out where those hills are rolling, that's where I want to move my farm towards. Is over in this area, this area. I'll probably add this area just because I want to have a perfect square, but I really want this whole section right here and maybe even these because I want all those rolling hills. I mean, that is way out there though. Yeah, my kids are kind of fussy. They anything that ever sounds good to me, they're like, "No, I don't want that." And I'm just like, "Well, maybe you should learn how to cook then." I don't want concrete pebbles. I want good old-fashioned gravel. Oh, I added a ton of ground textures, didn't I? No, that's not the right one. I don't want that one either. Yeah, I know. And my, I, we did it to ourselves. We've spoiled them. That turned into quite the large field, actually. Yeah, when I was growing up, my mom would say, if you don't like something, pick around it. But I'm not making you something different. My dad would always say, I don't know what you're worried about. It's all going to wind up the same way, in the same spot. I never liked onions or celery growing up. Cooked celery. I was okay with, you know, raw celery. Got to pick up a little bit of lime. I don't think I got enough. No, no, you don't. All right. Hey, good morning. Yeah, I think I managed um to get away with it because I got my dad's stubborn streak, and he knew that I was gonna be I was just gonna go hungry because I just wouldn't do it. So stubborn. As I've gotten older, I've stopped caring as much. But I can make my own food now. How you doing today, Arch? Oh no, I lost a bag of uh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a bit. I want to get this field planted and uh yeah, I'll be around. Get something good to eat. Yeah, see you in a little while. Arch, what are you up to today? I mean, if you're still here, I don't know. I can't necessarily see everything going on. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So what map you farming? Why is that? Is it are you looking for a sandbox style map or that's typically where I gravitate towards. Rarely do I spend tons of time on uh um you know pre-fielded maps. Not that I won't, it's just not generally speaking my thing. Yeah, I knew I kind of thought I knew which farm it was. I I don't know if I have that map downloaded. I know I have the equipment from that map, but I may have deleted the actual map download. I have a tendency to download almost every map because it has specific equipment to that map, and then I get rid of the map. So you don't do a whole lot of European maps then. If I do a pre-made map, I have a tendency to gravitate towards the European maps that don't have hedges or fences. So like Zelanka, Spicolo, Subwelo, Lipinki, Palanki. I think those five. I think it's that Pichining Valley. The French map actually has some really big fields in it. So, um, large equipment would work well on that map. But that's the thing about the European map. So if you're on PC, there is a third party map called No One's Land, and that is somebody went and took that map, made it into a 25, but it is really, really, really buggy. Like 80% of the trees don't touch the ground. It's actually almost insulting to the original map. I've played it. It's kind of interesting, but um, I couldn't get over the fact that a lot of the trees didn't touch the ground. So I was like, not for me. And Giants would not uh, put it on Mod Hub. It didn't pass the application process. But this one is has a lot of that appeal of No Man's Land. This is Green Countryside, um, but also Alone in the World FS 2K25 is a great sandbox style map if you're looking for one. Uh, Trying to think. Yeah, yeah. My OCD and all that was like, no, no. It's like the person that cuts a round pizza into something that is not triangular. Doesn't work for me. Have you done the? I think it's Panhandle map. Huge fields. I mean, then there's always like flat map, which um, if you're just looking for something with big giant squares on it, that's a good one just so that you can make your own large fields. I just like to start my farm from nothing and yeah, Judith Plains. I think that one in is that is it Iowa Plains or Alma, Missouri or something like that? They're very similar. You know, this is not a very big hill. Like the grade of this hill is nothing compared to what I'm about to go down. And this tractor is struggling, and it's got like 145 horse. It shouldn't have this much problem. It's got to be a transmission issue with this tractor. Yeah, I think the Alma, Missouri was a FS22 map as well, and they converted it over. It's really popular for Own the Map. See, I like watching content creators who do the role plays, because that's cool. But I don't have that ability to create like that. So, unfortunately, my content videos are typically start from scratch. And this is my currently my um, I just started this map the other day when I decided I was going to start doing um, live streams. So, I mean, I've only live streamed, I think this is day three. And I was like, I'm going to turn this into a strictly live stream series. So if I'm playing on this map, it's live. Tuesday and Friday evenings, I do um, on Tuesdays, we do a head-to-head multiplayer, me and um, another person, and I live streamed last night, and then on Fridays we do a cooperative, me and the same person, and uh, the head-to-head challenge map, I was having issues getting the server up and running, so we decided to just work on our co-op, and I live streamed that, and that was actually a lot of fun live streaming. I asked them if they mind, because they're not a content creator, and he's like, no, that's fine. Yeah, the if you're looking to create large fields, that can be cumbersome. Um, if I was looking to have a large, like massive, large equipment farm, I could do it over time, I guess, but I think I would have to do it like over multiple years. Yeah, my thing is I'll film the content and I probably have 5 episodes for my channel of captured, and I've done nothing with it, and most of it is over a month old. I've been having more fun just live streaming. Um, yeah, it's so much more fun doing this. And I can get lost in like fun. Ooh, that was rough. I can get lost in the development of a farm. I had last night Northern Northern Farm Sim hopped on my live stream, and uh, we were talking a little bit, and he's mentioned in some of my videos before that his favorite part is always the development of a new farm. Um, he'd rather do that than actually farm, I think. I've been trying to do like about 2 hours. I only have, you know, 90 subscribers, 92 subscribers right now. I've been doing this. I did content. Um, I've been doing content for about 18 months now, and I've only got 92 subscribers because I know I could get on Reddit and, basically beg, but I figure if I'm not good enough, then I need to improve. So I've been trying to do everything organically, but live streaming to me it's felt more comfortable. So I think I may have finally found um my area that I might thrive in. I have the gift of gab, but I've been trying to do 2 hours daily since I started. Um, Yesterday I did probably about 6 hours, and I've only been doing this 3 days, so I guess I've been overdoing it a little bit. I'm kind of contemplating adding the crop rotation mod and giving that a fair shake and see how I like it. Um, might be getting convinced to give it a try. I like I like using precision farming, but I don't feel like, you know, it's always something I want to use. But I guess the uh, crop rotation mod doesn't require it, and it kind of gives you the same effect. Yeah, that's something that happens. Um, it happens to a lot of the big maps, especially I think the big fields and stuff, because you can get um, so much stuff available. You can kind of drown out the fun because you instantly start making so much money, and it kind of sets a template for you know any map you do in the future because you're like, okay, if I want to make money and um, you know grow, I can do this. I try to incorporate some sort of new mod, a new production that I've never done. Problem is they haven't come out with anything new recently. I've never done any of the fish farming, And I know that's one that you can really make money on, so I'm not going to start that um, on this, but uh, I'm really kind of interested in the floriculture one. I think I put it on this one. So the herbal tea and the floral culture. Um, Let me see. No, that's bakery. I think I put it in here. Yeah, floriculture mod. Um, it's flower transformation. Ooh, small juicer, huh? And then I also got the herbal tea factory. I haven't tried that one yet either. But trying to think, where's the floral? Gotta be here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not sure on those two. I saw some floriculture stuff. There's got to be more. So yeah, there's got to be some way of actually having the flowers. Taylor shout out. Now we're all into the yeah. That was the one I wanted to do on this playthrough. I just can't find it. I mean, I saw the one, but there's got to be more than just that one. Now, if you're looking for a like a slow burn type of um production, I would suggest maybe looking at the uh cricket farm. That's kind of cool. You grow crickets and then you make them into insect flour. The the processing of it is a bit overpowered. It takes it would take probably 4 or 5 cricket farms in order to feed that, uh, feed it properly. Okay, so you input. Is that the only thing for floriculture? Huh. So yeah, when you do the insect flower, you would have to have like 4 or 5 of the cricket farms in place. Otherwise, it's just gonna be sitting idle all the time. Because, but the flower sells for good profit, but it just takes so many insects to produce anything. Uh, the the Canadian potato chip factories, Canadian and British potato chip factories, the same way. It takes a lot of corn and a lot of potatoes to produce very little chips. Or it's not so much that it's just it's slow, but definitely one I've used as well, and I enjoy it. All right, make sure I got all the stones. Well, I don't like that. Why is triticale? I mean, that's like the same color. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, no stones. Shouldn't have weeds this year. I'm not going to worry about those. Trying to see how many people are watching. Like to see what my metrics look like. I haven't really taken time to learn how to do that. Triticale, that was this month's. Well, that's going to be next month. Hmm. Oh, just trying to see what my metrics were looking like, and I haven't figured that out yet. I'm gonna have to YouTube it. How do you guys prefer? Do you prefer like first person in the cab? Do you like a more of a drone follow mo view? I mean, first person can be fun. It's a little bit nauseating though. And I'm not really good with this part. Mm. think I'm gonna have to change over mowers. I like having this one, but it only goes 6 miles an hour, and it's just too much to do right now. I think I might just replace it with the double bar mower. It's only 4 meters, but this is only 4.4, but it only goes 6 miles an hour. That one's twice as fast, if not faster. I have a windrow and I have a tedder, so I don't know what the big deal is. I don't plan on planting this field today. I would like to get this all, you know, processed and picked up. I don't know how much of it I want to turn into hay. I don't want to have a ton of hay laying around because I'll keep it till I get animals. Next month, I want to plant this to spelt, and then I want to also plant my long-term grass field. Oh no. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing. What in the world? Not sure how I did that. It's sort of confusing. Oh no, no worries. I was just kind of contemplating my next moves of the day with this. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna get the. I just sold my hay bine. It was as much as I liked it because it was uh kind of kind of I like the aesthetic of it. Hated the lowness of it. I don't know if you heard when I was talking though. Have you tried the cricket farm and insect flower production? That one's kind of cool. Also, I'm going to try the floriculture on this playthrough in particular. I might do the crickets as well, but I know the crickets aren't going to make you rich, but it's one of those things that I think is fun. Yeah, I've only tried the cricket farm with the insect flower production on one playthrough, and that's actually a competitive playthrough. And it only takes water, so it's not a huge investment aside from the actual farm. I don't have it loaded on this one, and I've never tried the floriculture. That one uh, I'm really interested in that one. The herbal tea I'm also kind of intrigued, but I don't know if I'm like gotta try it. But I really want to try the floriculture. The coffee production is just way OP. So unfortunately, that one I think people would be disappointed, uh, and it would run into one of those things like you were saying. Uh, you'd make too much money and it'd sap all the enjoyment out of it. Oh, dang it. Exactly. I completely agree with you. I think a lot of people that play Farming Simulator are that way. Uh, I don't want it to be too easy. I almost all my playthroughs, I never play anything on easy unless I'm going like extreme hardcore challenge where, I have to start with hand tools. Um, but even then, if I do that, I always change it to normal because I'm like, this is too easy. I like to challenge myself. So yeah, majority of my plays are on um, hard. And I know that there's some content creators out there that are like, they want to be able to progress quickly and easily, so they'll play on easy, and that's fine too. I mean, to each their own, but feel like I feel like it just kind of gets uh you know certain challenge of farming is it's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. All right, I think that's going to be enough of the hay. I don't want to have too much just sitting around until I get animals. Well, that was a quick trip to the store. What'd you guys get? I haven't really done a whole lot. Got that field planned into uh triticale. Now I'm just doing another little workup of this part of the property because I do want to put spelt in next month. I like to try different things. I'm gonna forego doing rye just because it's so low price. At least it's always been low priced on every other map.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a meat and taters kind of guy too. Depends on the sweets though. I enjoy those too. Like if it's I'm not a huge ice cream person like I used to be, but I do have a soft spot for remember those orange push-up things? The little ice orange sherbet uh paper things. You push the ice cream up with your thumb. It was on a little plastic stick with a um basically a flat little plate underneath it. Love those. Um yeah, I'm not a big like processed um cookies and cake type person unless it's Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie and then I'm going to be in trouble. I will eat those like a maniac. Yeah, we still have those here too. And like a classic fudge bar. Uh, I'll go out of my way to get my hands on either one of those two. Funny how that works, isn't it? My wife really wants to try burrito tacos, which I am all for, slow cooking a chuck roast and making it into basically tacos. However, she's been sick and she's like, I'm not wasting a meal I'm looking forward to on being sick. So make whatever you want to eat. I remember when ice cream sandwiches used to be good, um, but they've somehow managed to ruin um, the chocolate breading of them, and I can't get behind them anymore. Oh yeah, I love corn tortillas. Chicken enchiladas are another one that I've really become very proficient at making, even though um, they're not classic chicken enchiladas, but they are good. I cook my chicken in the crock pot for 6 hours and it just falls apart. I add cream cheese, homemade salsa, shredded cheese, enchilada sauce, and it just slow cooks in that mixture. And oh, it's so good. Thing is, my kids don't like it, but that's kind of okay. That means there's more for me. We were at Costco yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, and we found jalapeno bacon, and we were intrigued by it. And then we looked at the price, and for 3 pounds, it was under $8. I was like, holy cow. I mean, that is dirt cheap. My 16-year-old gets irrationally upset when he sees the crock pot out because he's like, what are you making this time in a crock pot? He's like, usually it's bean soup, and I don't like bean soup. It makes me gassy. I didn't like bean soup when I was a teenager either, though. Oh, I know, and my bean soup is so easy to make. It's just northern beans, carrots, ham, and onion soup mix. Then, I mean, you season it with your salt, pepper, garlic, onion, um, but you don't even need to because that onion soup mix adds all the flavor it really needs. But the whole house smells amazing. Yeah, my kids would be happy if the only thing I ever fed them were burgers and steak, as if beef money grows on trees. Oh, why is it not? Don't get me wrong, I enjoy steak as much as the next person, probably more. But Yeah, I got 6 mouths to feed. I've noticed when you're on the live stream, we talk about food a lot. Oh, I talk about pretty much anything. I have the gift of gab. And if I don't know anything about the topic, I'll act like I do. It's all about confidence. No, actually, I don't like to do that because I hate being schooled by someone that actually knows what they're talking about. Kind of a weird time of the year for conversations because, for guys at least, because it's not hunting season. It's not really fishing season. Baseball is just getting started with spring training, basically. It's the off season for NFL. I don't really know anything about hockey. And I mean, I guess March Madness is coming up. Yeah. See, I mean, it's always kind of like, you know, I'm not anticipating getting the yard ready for the year. My chickens have torn up part of the backyard where it got wet, so it's a big mud spot right now, and I'm not sure what to do about that. Thinking about putting in a garden this year. Didn't do one last year. Did one the year before, and I got way more tomatoes than I knew what to do with. But I have a plan this year going into gardening season. If I'm going to do a garden, I'm just going to fence it off from my chickens. Is the only uh, is the main thing I have to worry about. Yeah, I mean, in Michigan, we say you're pretty safe after Memorial Day, but if something happens, before then, it's really you only have yourself to blame. And I mean, what do people expect to happen in March? Not like we're all living in Florida or something. Perfect. I mean, honestly, I'd hate to be in Illinois or Oklahoma at any time. Yeah, I mean we get all that stuff here in Michigan, but I mean at least we don't have earthquakes. Or hurricanes. We don't get hurricanes in Michigan, but we get a lot of lakefront snow. It always does crack me up though, because people really underestimate what the Great Lakes truly are. They are freshwater oceans. Yeah, but we get it on every side except for the southern border of the state. And then, well, then we have to deal with Ohio. I love Lake Huron though. It's crazy too. Like Michigan is surrounded by the majority of the world's fresh water. Like Lake Huron and Lake Superior, they have so many shipwrecks. I mean, so does Lake Michigan. And the water in Lake Superior is so cold that um, bodies are preserved for decades because the water's so cold and there's no predator like sharks to consume them. I really want corn tortillas right now. I don't even know if they need to have anything, just like other than like maybe warmed up in a frying pan with some butter. That would be so good. Oh no, it's not your fault. I love food. I can't eat as much as I used to, but I do love food. My mother-in-law always says adults they or kids they eat to live, but adults live to eat. How big's this field looking? That's not bad. Oh, I love a good tamale. Or tamal, I don't know. Do they do they enunciate the E at the end or is it oh that actually made my mouth water. Just the what kind of spring crops do you guys think I should plant here? This is I'm gonna make this field. I just want to try out spelt, and then I'm gonna make a grass field. But I'm gonna have most of this whole area right here open without anything planted. Um, I guess it's more like this. And I was thinking either one massive uh field of um soybeans or splitting it up into a medium large field of soybeans and then another smaller field but with I think corn. But next month I'm going to put in a field of grass. See, I haven't decided on livestock. Um, I've really been into doing beef uh, feeder cows lately, but pigs might be fun. I put the barley in because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get chickens no matter what. They're just a they're just fun to have around. The no, the clucking and everything. Just like having them. Oh yeah, it's actually cheaper to buy pig feed than it is to deal with making it. And pigs are still profitable buying the pig food. Now, it doesn't work in the realistic farm animals mod, but I uh, I was watching a guy on YouTube. I think his name's Frantic Farm, and every time he gets pigs, he doesn't feed them at all until they're um, like 2 months before he's ready to sell them, and they've reached like adulthood, and it's because they'll still grow. He likes to say they're foraging, but yeah, he turns a huge profit on them by not feeding them. What I like to do with pigs is I'll just straight up feed them in the early stages. I'll feed them strictly like potatoes or sugar beets or whatever root vegetable, and then I will feed them. I'll throw pig feed in there for them to eat, and I find that to be the way to go because you're not starving them at that point. They're still eating, but it's kind of like beef cows. You only fatten them up right before sale. The spreader's just a little bit big for this tractor. It'll pull it, but I'm wasting a lot of line on a field this size. Well, I think for the most part, I think I'm ready to sleep for this month. I don't think I have any silage ready. I do not. Look at all that grass. It's only worth 9,100. Anybody need fertilized? That field needs fertilized. Need a better sprayer. This might be it. Maybe that one. There's a thumbnail picture right there. So what do you guys think? How's the farm coming together? I really like it. I mean, I'm going to want to enlarge my yard a little bit. I want to bring it out more beyond this little barn here, but I'm really satisfied with how it's coming together. I don't know why I'm not just buying a big thing of liquid fertilizer. Yeah, no problem. Archie, did you ever manage to start your farming? Yeah, I get that. I do the same thing. Sometimes I do it just to get new ideas. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some good equipment mods that I haven't really utilized much, but I did when I did try them, I liked them a lot. Um, do you play on console or PC? Okay, so you have access to everything then. Do you do any third party site mods, or do you strictly stick to Mod Hub? Welcome back. They are. I mean, I think Mod Network and Mod Kings, I kind of try and stay to those two if I'm going to go off of Mod Hub. I don't have it on here. Have you used the Stara um, sprayer from Mod Hub? When I'm on a large map with large fields, that's probably my favorite one. Probably my favorite mower mod is a third party one, and it's the John Deere Batwing. I don't know if you guys have it. I think I have it on here. Yeah, this right here, the HX20. Easily my favorite mower mod out there. I put it on here, but I didn't want to use it on this one. I was like, you know what? I always go with green equipment, and I was like, let's do something different. I never go case. Oh, I know. The only thing I like better than the Batwing is probably the giant crone, uh, Big M 450. I mean, this thing is so much fun, but it's so expensive. Who has 500 grand to throw around on a lawnmower? But if I'm in like a hurry, I do like to take I like to do the setup of the Elho Duet on the front, and then um, either if I have a wide pickup baler, I'm using that be on in behind it, or I'm using the Shimaz uh, windrower. Have you guys had issues with the extreme used equipment sales mod? I've had a few difficulties with it, and I was just wondering if I was the only one, or if you guys haven't used it, then probably haven't had issues with it. Oh, if you've used the extreme um, used equipment sales, and if you've had any issues with it as far as bugs, I think there's a few mods that um, kind of glitch it out, and I've had a few issues with it. It's unfortunate because I really love that mod, and I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm having issues alongside it. Sometime I want to do a multiplayer. It would only be PC users, but I want to use that mod and do a used equipment only multiplayer head-to-head challenge. I think that'd be so much fun. Oh, you can kind of see out the window. Yeah, I'm really liking this carriage house. I think it's my third favorite house. Oh, it'd be so cutthroat. Like if two people wanted the same item, you could almost treat it like an auction, and you have to submit the maximum price you're willing to buy, and then pay the difference to like a uh, a bank farm, I guess. All right, Triticale's looking pretty good. Have you guys noticed on Flat Map how many tornadoes they seem to get on that? I think anybody playing that would know going in that it's going to be um, every man for themselves or woman. I'm sure that that's actually something I wanted to do is I want to get my wife to play this because she would be so cutthroat. Like like she would go straight for my jugular. I don't know, guys. I've been on this for a few hours now. I'm gonna have to go get kids from school soon, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up here myself. Um, I don't know if I might be late back on later tonight. Uh, maybe around 9 o'clock Eastern time. 'Cause I want to get my fall stuff done. I want to get my spot mowed for my grass field, get grass planted. I'm kind of curious. Um, Burn Nugget last night was telling me I think it's either clover or alfalfa sells for the same as silage. Is that true? Alfalfa sells for, no, it's not alfalfa, that's for sure. Clover, no, it's not clover either. Hmm. And they're all the same. All right, well, you guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun. We will definitely see you guys later, I hope. You guys enjoy your afternoon.